Chloe Fisher knows a thing or two about little miracles. After suffering 5 miscarriages, the businesswoman is now expecting her second baby with husband DJ Fisher.
This morning, she's opening up about love, loss and fertility in a brand new book, Always You. And I'm very pleased to say Chloe Fisher joins us now in the studio. Chloe, congratulations. Big round of applause for Chloe.
Thank you so much.
So lovely
Thanks
to see you.
What a surprise.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, it was, I don't know. I just remember sitting with my obstetrician 6 weeks after birth. He's like, do we need to talk about contraception? I was like, nah, not us. Took us 5 years to get Bobby.
Yeah.
And, yep.
Next minute.
We did need to talk about contraception because next minute we have, miracle number 2 come in. So that 2 under 2, that magic number.
Well, you can't keep a good man down, can you?
Look at Bobby's face there, holding the photo of her sibling to come. It's so beautiful. You look amazing. How are you feeling?
Really good. I mean, the first trimester was a bit like rocky, you know. Paul was on the road still a bit, and I was in Ibiza in our place there. So it was, and I didn't really tell many people at the start because I was obviously really nervous because I've had so many miscarriages in the past. So I was like, I don't know. But she is a pocket rocket and she kept me on my toes. So it was the first trimester was hard, but I'm feeling, now that I'm back in Australia and on home turf, I'm feeling much more relaxed.
Yeah. Look, you and I have spoken a bunch of times about the lead up to even baby number 1. And a lot of women go through it, right? And that's not to diminish in any capacity what individual women go through, right? But your message is a very powerful one. Just talk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, well, we tried actually for 5 years to have Bobby. We struggled with infertility, and I think the reason why I did this book, you know, there's memoirs and, you know, we've got our story, but it was actually more of a handbook for what I didn't have when I was going through it, because it's a really isolating place, and miscarriage is so common and we don't talk about it enough. You know, 1 in 4 women suffer miscarriages and it's so isolating, so sad. I mean, I don't think I will ever not think about the babies that I lost. We lost 5 babies in the lead up to Bobby, and I guess the book not only is our journey and our story and how we met and, you know, Paul's career, but it also has like breakout sections throughout the book where it's like how to help a friend that's going through IVF, or, you know, you've been trying for a year with no luck and you need to speak to a fertility doctor. These are the questions you bring to your doctor, because, you know, when you're in the trenches, you're not thinking straight. You're literally just thinking about how do I get through today? And this book is kind of trying to, you know, be the handbook that I didn't have when I was going through that.
It's such a minefield out there when it comes to women and their fertility journey, right? And it's nice to be able to have a book that kind of synthesises all of that and all the noise, because I think for a lot of women who have experienced miscarriage or perhaps are on their fertility journey at the moment, there are so many different feelings, right? And one of them as well is guilt. Like, why did this happen to me? And how come my body couldn't produce a baby? All of these things, it's heavy, and that weighs on a woman.
And it's also really hard, the unknowing, because, you know, you can see every doctor under the sun, and sometimes for people like myself, you know, infertility is such a strange place because you can be just told that you're unlucky. And I did for years. And I was like, I will not believe that I'm unlucky. There has to be more to the story. And, you know, I think when you're talking about guilt, you have to think about the man as well.
Absolutely.
The woman, you know, you think about babies and you instantly think about women. But the man goes through so much, if not more. You know, they're struggling when we're talking about miscarriages. You know, they're struggling as well. And I think a lot of the limelight's always on helping the woman, supporting the woman, but people do forget about the men and they forget to ask if they're okay as well.
Yeah, because they're experiencing that loss too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Well, I think that as a man, I mean, if your you know, wife or partner goes through it, you 100% have no control, and also you have no effect on the outcome, and your partner is going through it, and what can I do to help? And the reality is only to be there as a support mechanism. But you women, when you go through it, it's, as Sarah pointed out, the guilt associated with that, the what have I done wrong, is it ever going to happen? I mean, these are all playing out in a much more significant way, I think, for you all. So how do you navigate that?
It's really hard, and I think one of the #1 things that I like to tell people is educate yourself. And do all the research, because at the end of the day, if you're not advocating for yourself, then really who is? Like, you're going to leave the doctor's surgery and they're not going to go and do some research for you behind the scenes. They're just not. So that's sort of the number one thing. And, you know, when you're trying to help someone going through fertility struggles as well, again, knowledge is power. I really do believe that. And, you know, you need to... I was always about writing lists. It's like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to go on to this one. And, you know, you just have to go through the notions. Before I found out that I was pregnant with Bobby, we were actually literally at the point of surrogacy. And we had done all of the surrogacy stuff. We had done the lawyer stuff, the legal stuff, the psychology stuff. And 1 month before we went to transfer into our surrogate, Bobby came along. I dodged the bullet of having two 1 month apart, literally.
Isn't that amazing? And this is the thing, I think it takes a lot of courage to pen all of that, you know, to put it all down in a book, and it's going to be so important for people to read that. You know, I started reading it yesterday, got the pre-version, and, you know, you talk about how if it's too much, just put the book down for a minute too, and just reach out and get the support if you need it. But the more we talk about it, the better, right? Because then it's less taboo and there's less stigma associated with it.
Exactly.
I don't know how you expect to have two kids in this world with Daddy Fisher. This guy's just going to keep on touring around the world, you know, because I've seen him in Vegas and I've performed with him in Vegas, as you know.
Look out.
It's quite the exceptional upbringing that they're going to see, right?
Yes.
When is he going to retire? Because it's got to be soon. You've got to get out there on the circuit.
Can we get him on the phone and ask him that question? That's $1 million question. Yeah, no, we're on the road straight away. I mean, it's actually, we timed this one a little bit better because when Bobby was due, it was right when the Ibiza season had to start. So, but we will pretty much be going, back to Europe next year. We'll be on the road with the kids. Don't ask me how, but we'll work it out, you know.
Work it out as you always do.
The success is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's also going to be performing in Melbourne, so look, I can't wait to see him there. I'll look after him.
Okay.
Down there. Keep
I
an eye
trust
on him.
you.
Get him to bed early.
Do I don't know. I was actually really nervous about today. I was like, I haven't got Paul here with me today. What's Carl going to ask me?
Nothing to fear. Nothing to fear.
Is it like that?
Yes. Quite now that you have been working on it hard.
Don't ask him to go back there.
This is the most important thing for a lot of people out there. Always you. I think you're going to get a lot out of it. So go and grab that. It's an incredible insight into a very personal thing, and it's very public, and good on you for sharing that story.
Thank you so
and
much.
thank you, Chloe, for
Thanks for
sharing
having
the
me, and I
story
hope everyone enjoys it.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Appreciate it. Up next.